Hello everybody again. Here's the second part of adding an additional phone number to your site. There was a previous video that I did that I cover a lot of things on it, but I didn't cover the front end, what the public profile shows, and a small, well, huge issue that Brian, one of the business owners here, uh, he saw and pointed out. And the issue is the following. When you add multiple phone numbers and you start customizing this and showing them here, when you actually click on one, it actually shows both or all three or all four or five because you can add more phone numbers. Let me show you the database format here. Let me take this here. So you can see that, for example, on his database, users data, if you go to your database on the users data table, you can see that he has phone number and phone number two. He could have had fax number two there if he wanted to, and he can show three phone numbers, four, five. How many you want actually? You can add more columns here, but let's just play with two. So he has these two, and the issue is every time he clicks on any of those two, he actually makes both of them show. He doesn't want that. So what you do is, as the admin of the site, meaning with the sidebar here, you click on Show Widgets. Once you're in the profile of somebody that actually has those two, after you've seen obviously the first video about how to do that, and then you check out which widget you're supposed to be editing. So it's this one. Okay, so we go there. So let's see what Brian did here. Yeah, let's edit that puppy. Okay, so here's the default code from BD to show, and let me remove the widgets here, to show the first button, the default phone number version that they have here. Okay, that's it, the default one there. What we want is to separate the clicking event from one and the other one. So if I click here, it only shows that one. If I click here, it only shows that one. So I'm going to assume that the same classes were used. Let me just double check this from my developer's point of view, because I don't know my phone. Yep, and my phone. Yeah, okay. So I got the gist of what we're supposed to be doing here. So okay, so he actually copied this and he created his own like this area here, this whole area for his custom phone number. Okay, that's what this whole thing is here. The only thing that you and Brian, everybody needs to do every time you create your own phone number or additional phone number is just make sure that you don't reuse the same classes. So what can we put here? So normally I what I see is I look at the name of the actual field. So I see out alternative phone number, out phone number. So just let's call it out phone number. Okay. And then this one that's supposedly hidden away is gonna be called hidden out phone number. Okay. Or maybe a shorter name or something like that. So what are we doing here? We're doing a trick all the way down here. Okay, all the way down here. It's gonna look a little bit complex. I'm gonna put it on the Facebook group, so don't worry. Um, what I'm saying is once this part basically means once the page loads, do whatever I'm supposed to be putting here. What am I going to be putting here? I'm going to be putting here the following. If they click on this one, let me put it here. I'm putting that dot because dots represent a class. If you see something like an ID, it will be a hashtag instead of a dot. So I'm saying here, well, if they do what? Every time they click on me, then do the following. You are going to, you're going to hide me. Wait, what? Yes, you're going to hide me from the boogeyman. Okay, so we got this here, and you're going to add a class. There's a class called hide. Okay. Let me just copy this whole thing, put it here, and then the hidden one that's already hidden there, alt phone number. We're gonna remove that class. So we're saying when you click, you see, yeah, everything is. So if I click the alt phone number, which is if when I refresh this, it's gonna be this button. Visually speaking, it's gonna be this button there. Okay. If I click you, then you're gonna hide me, and then you're gonna show a hidden button that's also there. So if I click, it does that. If I click, it does that. I'm gonna refresh. That's why it's very important to understand the logic of how something works. If I click there, that happens. If I click there, that happens. And you can keep on adding uh, more phone numbers and basically um, doing the following. Just replacing here whatever name with the one that you visually see, and here the one that's hidden away. That's all. You can keep on. You don't need to copy this whole thing. You can do something like this. Let's say that you have the fax number. So if the one that shows is it's called fax phone number, you can put that one there. And then the one that's hidden away, there you go. That's it. That's all. And we're done. And then this will now do the same effect of hiding and showing for the fax number. And you're done. And then you want to do the next one, just copy that, paste it there, and you're done. And you keep on going as many fields that you want that behavior to be assigned to as you want. Okay, that's all that you gotta do there. So think positive and big hugs to both, and thank you to Brian for the opportunity of doing this.